Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Elite Business Warrior podcast. I created this podcast for business owners like you and me who have been struggling to keep their business afloat, who are looking to progress and learn the information, hacks, and the secrets that will get them the edge to progress and keep moving their business forward so that they can provide for their loved ones the lifestyle that they were meant to be instead of struggling on a day-to-day basis. In this episode, we're going to cover a little bit about who am I and why the hell should you listen to me, and a little bit about who inspired me to start this podcast. The person that inspired me to start this podcast is Russell Brunson. The guy's amazing. And I've been flirting with the idea for a while, but to be honest, I procrastinated on it for a couple of months, primarily because I didn't know exactly how to start a podcast, but here I am. And I want to share with you is just things that I have learned along the way. Now, a little bit about me, who the hell am I and why the hell should you listen to me? My name is Alfredo Cornelio. I am a business coach and I have been coaching since 2017. I've been an entrepreneur since my early childhood. I've always had the entrepreneur itch where I wanted to start a business and take it to success. I have had a lot of success and I have had a lot more failures along the way, primarily more failures, but at the same time, I'm super grateful for all my challenges because they are what got me to where I am today. Now, my last couple of businesses were pretty successful. My goal was always to reach $1 million a year in gross sales, not net gross sales. My last business was actually generating that right before COVID. I grew that business from 0 to over 20 locations that were actually generating a lot of profit. Everything was going really well, and COVID hit and completely shut everything down. Now, I did not stop. I did not quit. It did take me a little while to recoup and to start and to continue my coaching practice and to start a different business, which is exactly what I did. All I know is how to start a business. Now, when I was young, my very first business was a lemonade stand. I remember getting super excited. It was me and my cousins. I grew up with 3 boys. We went ahead and we got some lemons and we started making some lemonade. We mixed the sugar. We got everything ready. We lived in the corner house. In a corner house, so we had a lot of foot traffic where we lived, and we started offering lemonade. Our profits were not that great because we had to split them amongst all of us, and it was a little bit of a flop. But I remember learning that business is not as easy as you think. We have a lot of great visions, we have a lot of great imaginations, but then when you actually start doing it, it's not, there's a lot of things happening along the way, which was a great lesson for me. Now, the second business that I started was with my uncle. I was around 11 or 12, and we were selling fruits and vegetables from the back of a truck. Wow, what a great business concept, right? Not really, but at the same time, I learned a lot along the way as well, as far as customer service and dealing with people. And unfortunately, my parents had to cut that short because I was staying out too late. They didn't like the fact that it was taking me away from other responsibilities, so they stopped that. That didn't really stop me. I still continue to try to make money online. At the age of 19, I found out that my high school sweetheart at the time was pregnant and I had to get a job. So I ended up going into the corporate world, and that's pretty much all that I knew at the time. So I started working my way. I stayed in the corporate world for about 25 years. And during those 25 years, working in upper management, I had a crew of 20, 30, 40, up to 50 people, and I would manage them. Me, and of course, it was a group of us in the corporate world. It's not just one person. There's obviously different management levels, but I was able to rise all the way to the top. Now, working as a manager, supporting my family, I never lost my itch for starting my business. So I stayed really busy. On the side, I always had something going on. And I remember when I was in my 20s, failure after failure after failure after failure. I did have one success though. It was an eBay store which was generating me about $5,000 to $6,000 a month. That's in addition to a good salary. I thought I was doing okay at the time. It was okay for me, but far from where I wanted to be. Now in my 30s, I still kept getting a lot of failures, but I started getting better. Something just started happening and things started clicking. And I kept going. The company that I had the most success, it was my last companies. We were able to grow it from 0 to over 20 locations. We're generating good money. Unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier, COVID completely stopped that. And that is just the way that life goes. So that's a little bit about my business background. I have had multiple businesses in the past. It wasn't always easy. I made a lot of mistakes, but overall, it gave me a lot of experience. I had to deal with lawsuits, disgruntled employees, the government, taxes, and so many things. I learned a lot of marketing skills, advertising, and things that worked and things that did not work as well. In addition to that, I continue to work and get my coaching certifications in business so that I could actually learn how to help others even better. And that's what inspired me to create this podcast. For this month of June, my primary focus that I want to address is customer avatar creation. The reason why I'm starting from the beginning is because this is a part that is easily overlooked. Now, I do a lot of free consultations with people. That's how I get to find clients, and that's how I get to see we're a good fit, if we can work together or not. Most people just want free information, and I think that's awesome. You should always continue to grow and educate yourself when it comes to your business. Talking with people that actually are in business, that are active in business, anyone who has had a lot of years of experience can save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches. But I always ask them, who are your ideal customers? And from my personal experience, I have not done any research outside of this, just from my personal experience, about 70% of people have no clue. Out of the few people that have a customer avatar, it is very generic with just a few basic questions like age, location, work life, very few questions, like probably like in one page. And then while it's better than nothing, it is not as much as you need to understanding your ideal target marketing when it comes to understanding what keeps them up at night. Now, it's very important as a business owner, if you want to be successful in business, to know who you're serving. It is very difficult to create a product when you don't know who you're creating it for. If you're just creating a product because you think it's cool and you think it's great, it might not go that well. You literally got no one really interested. That is probably because you did not create a product for your ideal target market. You created a product because you thought it would be great or you thought it would help someone. If you want to create a product that resonates with the people that you want to serve, you have to understand who they are clearly. Not just generic basic stuff like their ages in between 25 and 65. That helps, but you need more details. So for this month of June, I'll be focusing on educating people and bringing awareness to creating your avatar. I will leave a link below to a free PDF workbook. It's a template that you could just fill in so you can discover who your ideal avatar is. And once again, it's very important to know who you're serving. If you don't know who you're serving, it's going to be hard to serve them. Well, I will wrap up the first episode. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below. Have a great day.